morning, we have a closer look at some of Amtrak's funding, which you are paying for. This exclusive look from an investigation by OpenTheBooks.com and the CEO and founder, Adam Andrzejewski, joining us right now. So, Adam, for the first time, Amtrak did produce some of their payroll because you filed a Freedom of Information request. But before we get into that, I just want to go over the reasoning here of why they would not disclose what it pays the 19,000 employees there of the agency. Only the top 10 executives payroll was given to you guys, but not anyone else. Why did they deny the request?
Well, Jan, at Amtrak, we discovered you just can't follow the money. They denied our request for the rank and file workers at Amtrak, saying that it's an invasion of their personal privacy to disclose just how much they make to all of us and taxpayers. Look, Amtrak is a federally chartered corporation. They're heavily subsidized by the United States taxpayer. Since they were chartered in 1971, they've lost money every single year. Jan, last year, they lost $1 billion. Those 19,000 rank and file employees, they pulled cash compensation of $2.3 billion last year. So this morning, I did the math. The average employee is highly compensated at Amtrak. They make an average of $121,000 a year, and that puts Amtrak at the top paid list of federal agencies.
Yeah, and they still said, though, that this taxpayer-funded payroll is an invasion of privacy if they were to release it. However, they did release the top 10 executives and what they were making. So what did you find out there?
Well, the top 10 executives make a lot of money. Collectively, they pulled off $6.3 million of cash compensation. Their CEO, Stephen Gardiner, he made nearly $800,000 last year. He made $780,000. Their top lawyer, their general counsel, made $730,000. Their chief financial officer made nearly $700,000. And Jan, we took a look at their ridership. It's down still versus prior to the pandemic, but their expenses are up. This train is going in the wrong direction.
Break down the sheer amount of federal taxpayer subsidy of Amtrak in recent years.
So just in the past 2 years, taxpayers have put over $13 billion into Amtrak. It's about $6.7 billion per year. Yet every single route is not profitable last year. And we broke down the numbers. The Sunset Limited, this is a train from New Orleans to Los Angeles. Jan, it was a stunning $556 per passenger that they lost. I took a look at a round trip ticket on that route. It's $900, and they're still losing $556 per passenger.
And yet they have 19,000 employees. How does this compare to other federal agencies, Adam?
Well, most comparable is to the number of employees in the headcount at NASA. NASA, the space agency, has 18,000 employees, where Amtrak has 19,000 employees. But here's the difference. 50 years ago, NASA put a man on the moon. And today, Amtrak can't even get a train profitably from one point to another. Look, the Acela route in the Northeast used to be the most profitable. It made $98 per mile traveled, highly profitable. It is now losing $2 per mile last year.
Tell us about some of the other transparency problems you're facing right now in some of these investigations when you're trying to look into the payroll of these federal agencies.
Well, at the federal level, there is certainly a war on transparency. Just really quickly, the Federal Reserve has 23,000 rank and file employees, and they refuse to turn over their salaries as well. You've got the Office of Vice President. They think they're immune from sunshine requests. They won't turn over anything. And then you have the Biden administration redacting the names of 350,000 rank and file employees in the federal agencies. So certainly transparency is under attack at the federal level.
Founder and CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. We like looking at your reports. Thanks so much for joining us this morning here on the National Desk. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Jan.